1. Live and recording. Let's see if that is accurate. Go down to comments here. I know there's a delay. Yep, connected to Facebook, and YouTube.
Okay.
Perfect.
We're on?
Yeah. So I don't think this thing anywhere lets us know, other than if we get comments.
So if someone jumps on, we're...
Let me see if I can... There we are. Let's come over here. All right, if you're joining us, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We're starting just a few minutes early to make sure we get all the little bugs worked out if there are any bugs. I've got to find another place to put this. Yeah, whatever. I'll just put it right here.
Yeah.
That'll be just fine. So, are we live here? There we are. And let's jump over here. All right, we're live in all the places. So, welcome. If you are joining us, yeah, there's no place in here to see a number. That would be really helpful. That's all right. We're just starting a few minutes early here. So if you are joining us, welcome. We're glad you're here. And let us know where you're joining from. And what do we say? The temperature. It is hot.
It's warm.
Hot
It's been
here.
hotter. I think today wasn't as warm, but it still feels pretty warm.
It feels a little toasty in here right now.
It's because the sun's like coming down and like starting to shift in.
Yes.
But we're actually in the cool down of the day.
We are, but we've been in the, 90s?
Yes.
I think with the heat index, it's like 100 and something.
Humidity. We're in the humid land.
Yes. It is definitely humid right now, but I think the farmers and the corn are very happy.
Yeah, the cicadas are happy.
I'll have to ask my farmer friends. All right, we're going to start here in about a minute. So, if you're joining in, let us know where you're from. I know I had somebody email me earlier from Michigan. They said it was in the 80s. So,
Yeah, it sounded really nice.
Yes.
80s is
in
like
the north.
a very perfect temperature. Low 80s.
Also, let us know if you can hear us okay. I think you can. Lord willing. I see we've got at least one watcher, but that might be us.
We're here for us. Okay.
All right. Well, we're at 7 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started. So, if you are just joining us, definitely let us know where you're joining from, what the temperature is. We have been a scorcher here in Northwest Iowa over the last really couple weeks, which has honestly been weird. We had a kind of a nasty storm. What day was that?
Saturday.
Was it Saturday night? Yeah, it was.
Like
you could literally
straight line
see
wind.
the wind
Yeah.
coming. It was crazy.
That was.
But other than that, typically when you have this warm of weather in Northwest Iowa, if it's that hot during the day, you get some nasty
thunder.
storms at night. And we really haven't had a ton other than Saturday night.
Tomorrow is supposed to be rain.
Yeah.
Rain and thunder.
Yes, we'll take some rain. I think we could use a little rain. So welcome. We are glad you're here. So I think you're up next.
Yeah? Okay. For the giveaway?
No. So welcome to...
We're so new at this.
Yeah, so welcome to all the new subscribers. We know we've had a lot of people join from a lot of different places, from a lot of different videos. If you're watching on one of our Facebook channels, you're probably like, what videos? What other videos? We've done, honestly, probably not the greatest job of sharing them. But you can go over to our YouTube channel. We've got a whole bunch of family adventure videos. We're on a quest to visit all of the national parks.
And other interesting places.
Yeah, and other interesting places along the way. It's not like, oh, well, there's a nice place here, but there's a national park. We're just going to skip it. No, we've had a lot of those up. So we've had a lot of people from our glacier video. We also did a
RV tour.
Yeah, RV tour. More on that in just a moment, of our 45-foot diesel pusher motor coach that we affectionately call Smokey. So we had a big influx of that. So welcome. If you're new, welcome. We're glad you're here. People probably are thinking, what kind of YouTube channel is this? Because they do adventure videos, they do RV videos, they do homeschool
now
videos.
We're doing some homeschool.
Yeah, we're really a family adventure. So at the end of the day, it takes a lot. Like, there's a lot that goes into adventuring as a family. If you're new here, again, we're Ron and Debra. We travel the country with our girls about 6 months out of the year. So we do have a sticks and bricks house here in Northwest Iowa. But we also then travel kind of in 3-month segments. So on the road for 3 months, home for 3 months, on the road, etc. And have really loved it. But there's a lot that goes into making that happen. So our channel is going to share the adventures, but we're also going to share some of the behind the scenes. What does it really take to do that, if you were interested in doing that? Yeah. We have a lot of friends like, I have no interest in
and that's okay.
Yeah, being in that size, and that's just fine. However, we obviously, our desire is to provide value and to share the experience, even the behind the scenes thing. So you're going to see a little bit about that on this channel as well. So we do have a giveaway. So this is going to be a giveaway that lasts for about 72 hours. So Saturday morning-ish, I will post on Facebook who the winner is. So even if you're not live, you're watching this after the fact. If you're watching it before, I'm just going to set a time here. Saturday morning at 10 a.m. It's Saturday, so we're going to sleep in. Saturday morning at 10 a.m. we'll announce the winner of that.
Central time.
Central time. Thank you.
What time zone are we in?
Time zones. Anyway, and our giveaway, so it's going to be a mix of things. We're going to do different live streams and different giveaways. But this one is like one of our favorites. And you're going to be like, why in the world is this your favorite? So if you're new to RV life, or maybe you're not familiar with RV life at all, like we weren't before we started doing this, being level in your coach or your trailer or whatever it is extremely important, because you don't want to feel like you're sleeping going downhill, uphill, sideways, whatever. So you want to make sure everything's level. And it's funny, we have a 45-foot diesel motor coach that has auto leveling and all the things, and we still loved this guy. This is a level that has a light. So from a distance, you can tell, like, okay, it's yellow, it's red, so we're really off. We're yellow. And let's see if I can get to green. There we go. There we go. So super helpful, a ton of fun. Honestly, it made leveling our coach go from like stressful to our girls actually having fun with this stupid level.
Yeah,
but
so when we were thinking about the giveaway for tonight, we were trying to think about what would be like applicable to homeschooling. And, you know, homeschooling, you have to stay level. There's the good days, there's the bad days. It's just about leveling through.
So we're going to level with you tonight.
All the things.
Going to throw as many dad jokes in as I can tonight. So we're going to level with you tonight on all the things related to homeschool, family travel, etc. So we're super glad you're here. So if you want to get this, that'd be good actually to know. What do you need to do? You can go to ronanddebra.com/giveaway. It'll take you to our contact us page. Fill out your name, your email, so we know how to get a hold of you, and just put in level, and we'll know that you are entering to win the Franklin Sensors Awesome Light Level.
Yeah.
So this is also going to be really handy for us because of some updates we're going to give you here. So ronanddebra.com/giveaway. You can enter for that. We'll announce the winner Saturday morning, 10 a.m.
We'll do our level best.
We'll do our... All right. So we are, if you've watched our videos, you know we have got an amazing partnership with Northwest Iowa Community College. They are the sponsor of tonight's live stream as well. So a big thank you to NCC. We're going to talk quite a bit about them. This isn't an advertisement. We're actually just sharing the benefit that they've been to us. And we can't wait to share that with you guys as part of this video as well. So more to come on that. All right, life updates. So heading west video series. So our first trip that we did, that we're now going on like 2 years.
4, yep.
We are rounding out that. So our next video after, Lord willing, after this one, will actually on our YouTube channel be our visit to Las Vegas. Would you recommend taking your kids to Las Vegas?
And
you
Hoover
should check
Dam.
out, yes, you should check out that video, and Hoover Dam. It's really good. Man, 2 crazy feats of engineering, from Las Vegas and all the glitz and the glamour to just the size and scale of Hoover Dam is absolutely incredible. And it really made us think, so we're going to share some of those thoughts in that video. And then we've got, let's see, Arizona, Grand Canyon. That was an adventure.
Yep, Sedona.
Yep, Sedona, Page. That was amazing.
And then the Utah 5.
Yes, and then the Utah 5 will be rounding out with that. So stay tuned for those future videos as will be coming your way. All right, another life update. We got a new rig.
As you can tell, we're not sitting in a coach.
Yeah, we're sitting in it. We're not sitting in a 45-foot diesel motor coach. We thought it was very appropriate that our first live stream should be from our very first Airstream. So we are selling our 45-foot motor coach. We've actually had a lot of interest, people asking us a lot of questions when we put out those videos. So we are selling Smokey. It's very sad.
But it was always the plan.
Yeah, it was the plan. As our girls are going off to college and stuff, we always plan to kind of scale down. But it was a great first coach for us. And we hope it will be for the next person as well. So we are selling that. If you are interested or you want to check it out, you can go to ronanddebra.com/Smokey, just like Smokey the Bear, /Smokey, and that'll take you over to the Facebook listing where you can check that out. But we just purchased a 30-foot Airstream Flying Cloud 30FB. So if you would like us to do a tour of our new Airstream, feel free, drop it in the comments. Regardless of if you drop in the comments or not, we're probably still going to do it. But it might be fun to do it in a live stream and actually answer questions along the way. That'd be a lot of fun. So we're excited to hit the road with that. And where are we going to be going first?
We're probably going to go drop our daughter down at college.
Yes.
And then we're going to go to Colorado.
Yes.
Not right after each other, though.
No, we're gonna. It's like we're kind of in these shakedown trips. Whenever you get a new RV, you want to do shakedown trips to kind of learn. It's kind of interesting. You learn the sounds it makes, the way that it drives, just all the little things that you need to know to make for less stressful, big, long trips. So we spent a couple days in Des Moines, Iowa, where we purchased it from. We're going down next. Our next trip will be going to the Palisades
in South Dakota.
Looking forward to that. Going to check off some summer to remember items. And then after that, drive down to Pensacola.
It'll be a bigger trip,
Probably just 2 days down and then drive back home. And then
literally a drop off.
And then Colorado for probably 4 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks,
trip.
4 weeks.
Short trip.
We're kind of shaking it up. The trips we've done, I think the shortest one was 10 weeks.
11.
Was it? Yeah, 10, 11. And the longest one was 14.
14. Mm-hmm.
So we're looking forward to a different setup, different length of a trip. And then we're going to do a bigger trip in the winter. Winter, spring.
When it's real cold here, we like to get out.
Yes. So we are selling Smokey again. If you're interested, ronanddebra.com/Smokey. We are more than happy to answer any questions. That is the most pampered coach ever because I had no idea what I was doing. So we took care of her and she took care of us.
Yes.
So anyway, great first coach.
Yes.
So we're super excited about that. If you saw on the little thumbnail image, it was Debra. She wrote, "Welcome home, Gibsons." The funny thing behind that picture, we hadn't bought it yet. Debra had bought it. So that'll be a story for another day. We were literally on the last day of our trip home from our last big trip. We found what we are now sitting in, and it was one of those, let's just go look at it.
Story for another day that we're going to tell you today.
No, we're giving you the abbreviated version. And we went, and I could tell, Deborah's like, well, I could put this here, and I could put this here. Deborah was mentally already moving into the new coach.
We know we're eventually going to do this anyway.
Yes, we did. So anyway, super excited after going to the Airstream factory on a trip. Yeah, it's going to be a fun setup for us. All right, so on this channel, again, we're not just a homeschool channel. We talk about a lot of different things, but one of the ingredients to do what we do is how in the world, that's one of the questions we get is, how do you educate your kids while you're on the road? And for us, this wasn't new to us. We had homeschooled from the beginning anyway, but it is a very popular question that we get. So we are going to be talking about homeschooling and how we do it and why we decided to homeschool. And on our travels, we've actually come across quite a few people, and that's one of the best things about traveling. Like, going to the places is really fun, but actually going and meeting the people, like that is awesome. And quite a few of them are like, yeah, I'm actually thinking about homeschooling. So can I homeschool? Is it right for my family? So what we thought we would do is actually put together an episode answering that question. Is homeschooling right for your family? And the best thing to do to answer that is really to answer some specific questions.
Right.
So Deborah's going to kind of lead us through some questions that if you and your family are considering homeschooling, what are some questions you should answer? So what's the first question if somebody is considering homeschooling and want to know, is it right for my family? What's the first question they should ask? You
just need to be honest with yourself of why you're considering homeschooling. Like, what are the reasons that bring you to, oh, this is alluring to me. Yeah. I think I'm really considering this. And then write it down. Write it down. So for us, it was things like spending time together. Like, if you watched our first episode, you know that our first daughter was going to go off to school, and I was like, I'm really having fun with her. I'm sure I can teach her whatever they're going to learn in pre-K. And so it was just spending time together. Another one for us that became a reckoning force was scheduling freedom.
Yes.
We wanted to be in charge of our schedule, and then travel started to come in with that. So it's just knowing your why. Why is this even coming to your, thinking about it, and mm-hmm. what is alluring to you? And some of those things you'll write it down, like, they're good reasons. They're not reasons that maybe are going to stick.
Right.
And
you want to connect with the why that in those hard days,
yes,
that is the thing that you really go back to say, this is why we are doing this.
Because you're gonna have some rough days. That's just like, you're gonna have rough days no matter what system you're gonna do, right?
Exactly.
So you put them in traditional school or you are going to homeschool them. There's going to be rough days. You just need to know when the rough days come that we're not gonna quit.
Yep.
Also, side note, we always told ourselves we never get to quit in the middle of the year.
Yes.
So
you never quit in the middle.
We just kept it. That's for us.
Yes.
You don't have to adopt that, but that did help me personally on some days when I was like, I don't think this is working. This is not a good day. Or like maybe there was a couple days stacked up.
Yeah.
That happens.
And there can be multiple reasons why. So let's just say that. Like, there could be some,
there can be like
more
learning disabilities.
Yeah, surface level. And then there's
allergies.
Deep.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons people homeschool. It's rarely because we just don't want to participate in our local school. There's always a deeper reason.
Yeah, absolutely. So we give a lot of our reasons why actually in a previous video. So you can go check that out. If you're on our email list, you actually received that today as well. But you can go back. It's like probably 2 or 3 videos back, maybe 2 videos back. Yeah, the 6 honest reasons we started and continue homeschooling. Yeah. So you can go check that out.
Why.
Yeah, so know your why. Super important. On the good days and the bad days, know why you're doing what you're doing. All right, so what's the second question?
Second one is, can you afford to homeschool? This is a question we get, and most people are talking about money. Can we afford to homeschool? But I also want to stick in the aspect of time, because time is a commodity that you're going to need to have. So can you afford to homeschool? Of course you can. You afford to homeschool. There's free homeschool curriculum everywhere. Public school online is K-12. You could just online school at home, but you're still in the public school system. That's a free option for you. There's also tons of free options like Ambleside.com. Easy Peasy is like a preschool early ed. I know The Good and the Beautiful. You can buy the books, or you can just go on their site and like print off. So if money is something that you're like, I'm not sure about this, you can always find things online to help you. And honestly, ChatGPT has become a wonderful resource gatherer to put things together. YouTube videos, if you're like into government, or I'm just saying, there's so many options that if you can't afford a homeschool curriculum, that's okay. Also, Facebook Marketplace is where I pull from a lot.
Yeah.
I borrow from friends. There's
Did you
there's
say the
so
library?
many things. Yeah, the library.
Yes.
Our library is so cool. So I just go in there and they're like, hey.
Shout out to Lori if you watch this.
Yes.
Great job, Lori. We appreciate you very much and everything you're doing.
She organizes such a great library section for our homeschool. And it's very like, hey, use it as long as you need it. Bring it back or bring us your other things. It's like, it's super cool.
Yeah.
So the other thing I'll talk to is time. And I think a common misconception for homeschoolers is that we're home. And we're not home. We're not home a lot because we are experience learning. We're out doing the thing. We're in the nature schools. We're in the libraries. We're in the
national parks.
Hearing
ranger
we're traveling.
talks.
We're over at the Washington Pavilion in Sioux Falls, taking advantage of what they have offered for classes. We're gone a lot. And the time factor is sometimes to learn math facts, you just have to be home drilling math facts.
Yes.
There are times you have to be home. And if you don't have that time component put into your schedule, then maybe you don't have enough time, because children do need to be taught. There is also a misconception that when we say we're homeschooling, it's like we don't educate our children at all. We are the educators of our children, and we do take it really seriously. So you do have to take time to educate your children with what you want them to know, and we'll talk more about that later. But it's time. Time is the commodity. Money is the commodity. Do you have, can you afford to homeschool?
Yeah, and money, because of the so many different ways you can put curriculum together, resource curriculum, like money, honestly, should really not be. However, time is probably the one where it just has to become a priority. Like if you are going to homeschool, it doesn't mean, we've got a friend who is a professional photographer and she's decided to homeschool. Well, she also, outside of photography, has another part-time job. So it's like, you've just got to be really good with your time. You can still homeschool even in that situation. You just have to really define, okay, what does this look like? Make sure that your husband is on the same page, because there's tag teams. You got to make sure that you're on the same page and you're working this together when it comes to both money and time. But if you really want to do it, it really just comes down to priority.
It is. And if you want to do it, you'll figure out how to do it.
Exactly. It's kind of that saying of, if the why is important enough, the how doesn't matter.
There you go.
We will figure it out. So super important. Okay, what's the next question?
You kind of talked about it. Who's going to be the primary teacher? Deciding, is mom going to be the primary teacher? Is dad going to be the primary teacher? Are we using co-ops? Are we using online schools, hybrid schools? You just talked about, it's just leaving me right now. Anyway, dual enrollment. That's another, I highly love dual enrollment. And that is something that we have used for our kids, and that has been part of our teaching capability and what we've brought in for our schooling.
Yeah, and it's one of those things for you. I remember when we first started looking into it, it was, we want our kids to have teachers other than us.
Yes.
And that had already happened because we were involved in co-ops and all those things.
Circles.
We'll talk more about socialization, so we won't go into that, the myth of lack of socialization. But we also, especially as we're preparing them to go off to college, the beautiful thing about dual enrollment is that they're going to college getting both high school and college credit for it.
That
as
transfers
well as
into a college.
Yes, they have a college professor that they're working with. They have other classmates depending on the course that they're interacting with.
Yes.
And it's just a great experience. So we thought we'd share, obviously the sponsor of today's video is Northwest Iowa Community College, which again, we love their sponsorship. But even more importantly than the sponsorship is the partnership with them and our family. So we thought we would share just a testimonial from Olivia. This testimonial's about a year-ish plus old. She actually has now gone off to college in Florida and finished up her freshman year. And NCC gave her a lot of the tools that she needed to be successful when she went off to kind of that next level of school for her. And she's done really, really well. So here's not just our words, but here's actually Olivia's words and her thoughts on NCC.
Hey there, I'm Olivia Gibson. I'm a homeschooled senior in high school, currently taking college classes at Northwest Iowa Community College. Let me tell you, it has been such a great experience. I wanted to get a jump start on my college education, and NCC has been the perfect fit. One of the best things about NCC is how supportive the instructors are. They don't just assign work and leave me on my own. They take the time to make sure I understand the assignments. They're incredibly patient and willing to help me whenever I need it, which makes learning feel way more manageable and even enjoyable. Knowing they're always there to lend a helping hand keeps me motivated and excited to succeed. And I cannot forget to mention the flexibility. Being able to work at my own pace while balancing homeschooling and traveling is a huge deal for me. NCC has a sense of understanding that everyone has their own schedule, and they make it easy to fit school into my life and not the other way around. The community at NCC is another big plus. Even though I'm still in high school, I have felt nothing but welcomed. Everyone's so friendly and open, which has made it easier to connect with my classmates and my instructors. My time at NCC has given me so much confidence and a solid foundation for the future. So if you're ready to get a jump start on your success story, I highly encourage you to check out NCC.
All right, we hope you enjoyed that little video testimonial from Olivia on her experience with NCC. If you're interested in NCC, and again, you don't have to be from Iowa to attend Northwest Iowa Community College. They have people that come from all over the country to attend college there. You can check out more on them. Visit ronanddebra.com/NCC. It'll take you to a page. You'll see us on that page. You can request information, and someone from their team would be happy to reach out to you and talk about how you could get the benefit of dual enrollment through NCC. So definitely check that out.
Okay, one more thing about who's going to educate. We haven't used hybrid schools, but they're becoming rather big, like a big thing. And if you don't know what a hybrid school is, it's like a couple of subjects that you take your kids and you take them to a school with other homeschoolers, but it has a teacher, and it's like, you want to think it's a co-op, but it's not a co-op because it's not a collaborative. It's like literally a school. You're paying some tuition, but they're only teaching certain subjects, and then you have your kids for the rest of the days. So it's like a hybrid of homeschool and traditional school, which is becoming much bigger, especially in larger cities. We're not in a larger city, so we don't take advantage of that. And then the other thing I would say about who's going to be teaching is just you and your husband, significant other, however this goes, should be on the same page, because it's so important to be in agreement on how you educate your kids, period.
Yes, yes. And we have counseled and told multiple people, if the husband or even the wife is not on board with this, you should pause. Like, don't steamroll ahead, because there are going to be seasons. You know, there's the peaks and the valleys of anything that you do that's worth it. And there's going to be times where you need somebody to pick you up, and there's going to be times where you need to do that for somebody else. So anyway, super important. All right, next question.
What are your state requirements?
Yes.
Every state has different requirements for homeschooling, and an easy place to just go and find exactly what your specific state's requirements are is hslda.com. Just you click on your state, it's going to put it all down, give it to you real easy. Also, every state has a homeschool organization. Ours is called, I just played Homeschool Iowa. I was like, we're in that. Homeschool Iowa. So that is helpful as well. They have websites. You just go figure out what you need. Some states have more requirements than others. Over here in the land of Iowa, and I know South Dakota, it's pretty free. There are a couple requirements, but Not like some of my friends in Minnesota or Pennsylvania do a lot more. And it's all doable. It's just that every state has different requirements, and you just need to figure out what those are.
And that's the kind of comes back to that, like, to determine if it's right for your family, you need to know what is
What are we getting
expected.
into?
Yeah, what is expected. So definitely check out HSLDA, great resource. So we're not a member of HSLDA.
We're
You
not.
can, as a homeschooler, actually go and sign up. So if somebody ever shows up at your door, they actually represent you legally, and they know the homeschool laws and all of those sorts of things. I've had some really great interactions with attorneys over there, more on the business side, not actually utilizing
They're
their
very
services, but
knowledgeable.
they've got all of the legal requirements for all the states. Go check it out, HSLDA. Okay, what's
Okay.
the next question?
The next question is about socialization, and how are you going to address socialization in your homeschool? And I think this is a huge concern of everyone else. It was never actually a huge concern for me because I already had our girls going to the library for story time. I was already looking into co-ops. We attend church, and so there's classes and there's youth groups and there's socialization is just being with people. So think of all the different ways that you could community with people and just do that. I wrote some down here: 4-H, swim team or any athletic team, community theater, choirs, work.
Yeah.
Our girls work at a grocery store, and there's a lot of socialization at a grocery store. They come home and they're like, I don't want to talk anymore. I talked all day. So I think I said church youth group, book clubs. There are so many. Then there's just like play dates. Like you're just going to start finding other homeschoolers, and you're just going to like hanging out with each other because you start doing life similarly-ish enough that you have this common place, and you'll, again, to the point of homeschoolers are never home, you will have to be like, no, we actually can't go do that socialization thing because we have to be home today. We have to do some school.
Yes. If your children are not socially adept, it's not because you homeschooled. It's because of the choices you made as a family, really, to not go out and be with people and put them in environments to be social. So we talk a lot about that
In the
the
first
6
one.
honest reasons, but that is one of the biggest myths when it comes to homeschooling. You're going to, the realities of this, your kids, and we said this in the last video, like your kids are going to be weird because you're weird, not because you homeschool.
Yeah.
So the method you choose to educate your child does not dictate that, but make sure you do have a plan for what you're going to do. I know co-ops early on were big for us, and even though we stopped some of the co-ops, we're still really good friends with the people that we met in those co-ops. That you just got together with one of the moms this morning. Tomorrow you guys are going to a swim park with another. Yeah, so endless opportunities.
You'll find your people
to connect. Absolutely. Okay, next question. Got a few more left.
Yes. Are you willing to be flexible in homeschool and life? And this maybe is just from if you are a type A person and you love your planner and you love to mark up like first at 9:00, we're all going to gather at the breakfast table, and then we're going to do our opening session. And then at 9:15, we're going to, some people love to spend their day precisely in certain ways. And if that gets messed up, if the plan goes awry, it's not good. And so I just want to put out there, the plan's going to go awry, and you have to be okay with just rolling with it. Someone's going to get sick, and sometimes it's you, Mom.
Yeah.
When Mom gets sick, no one knows what to do, and you're like, I just feel so awful. I don't want to read from history today. I don't want to do math today. It is a vacation day today, okay? Like, what are we doing? All right, it's independent work today.
Yes.
Whatever you can normally do when you're independent, like your cursive or your math facts this is what we're doing. So you need to be able to be flexible and think about being flexible. Holidays are another big one. Like right now we have a college kid who will come home, and I know when college lets out and she comes home, no one wants to school at our house. Even if I'm like, no, we're schooling until
she's done with school. We should be done with school too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And they're like, but Olivia's home. And then it's like that whole time that she's home, well, why would we return to school? And I'm like, well, it is the second week of January, and this is when we normally return to school. Come on, she's only home. So grandma and grandpa come over. We don't want to school and grandma and grandpa come over. You need a plan, and then you need like a alternate plan, and then you need like an alternate plan.
Contingency plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Flexibility. Do not flexible yourself out of you never do school.
Yeah.
This can also happen. If you're going to homeschool, you actually do have to complete the year of studies.
Yes.
Stay to it, right? So
really, that comes down to managing expectations, right?
again, back to that.
Yes. So it's like you're not trying to reinvent the brick and mortar school in your home. I remember we had to talk through some of that, and we had some very wise homeschool moms that were like, you don't have to reinvent what they're doing down the street. This is homeschool. You have freedoms to make choices that's right for your family.
Well, and you don't have 26 children. You
Yes.
have 2 children. At
Yes.
that point, it was 2. You have 2 children.
There
I
are
was
days
like,
those
oh.
2 kids felt like
It felt
26
like
though.
26,
But yes,
that's right.
yes. So yes, adapt and overcome. Okay, next question.
Next question, are you willing to learn alongside your child? And this just comes from a heart of loving a second education, and I didn't know I was getting a second education. And by that, I mean, I read along with my girls. I do math along with they're going to have questions, and you're going to be in it, and you don't have to have all the answers. You're not going to have all the answers. But like, you're the guide, you're the coach. You're like, well, let's figure it out. Well, let's go to YouTube and let's go to Google. We're going to Google this, or we're going to we use some Matthew C stuff. And let's go to Demi Learning and let's figure this out together, and we'll work the problem together, and we'll take time. So it's not like, laying the curriculum out in front of them and be like, this is your stuff and this is your stuff. It's like, you're still in it. Even by high school, when I'm a big proponent of we're independent learners, because after high school is college, and then like I'm really not there, so I need to get you ready for it. Even then, you're still guiding, you're still mentoring, you're still coaching. You might not be like, okay, let's read your history together today, but you're like, okay, let me check up on what's going on. What are your goals for today, and how are we moving this forward? And so that's just a willingness to be in it with your kids.
Yes. I remember when you told me that idea of a second education, I was like, oh yeah. Because you do. You're relearning things. And sometimes you're learning it for the first time because you didn't really learn it the first time when you were in 3rd grade. So
I know.
Anyway,
I'll be reading through ancient history, and I'll be like, oh, did you guys know that connected with this other thing? And they're like glazed over, and I'm all like, oh, I'm the only one really loving this. But that's okay. I'm loving it.
That's right. All right. So the last question that you should ask yourself, and I think this is maybe a question that might be a little surprising, but I think honestly is probably one of the most important questions. Besides your why, this is probably one of the most important questions you need to ask and be honest with yourself.
And that question is, are you willing to be misunderstood? And that probably just comes from years of us figuring out how misunderstood we have felt at times. And what do you do with this? Everyone has an opinion, and lots of people will voice their opinion to you when they find out that you homeschool. The most I got it was when the girls were younger, and I would be going through a store, like during the school day. Are you guys
after
off
co-op.
school? Yeah. Are you guys off school? No. Who's your teacher? That's my favorite. Who's your teacher? My mom. Do you like your teacher this year? Yes. Like they can't say no. But when someone would give their opinion in a negative manner, and it was probably 9 times out of 10 about socializing, my patented response just started to be, thank you. Because just because they give their opinion to me, it doesn't change my opinion. It doesn't change why we do what we do. We would go back to our why. This is why we're doing this. And also, no one's responsible for your family but you. You're the one who is responsible for their education, no matter what you choose, traditional school, private school, hybrid school, homeschool. You're the one responsible for your kids' education. And so I just started to take it's a misunderstanding, because now when people meet our children, it's all compliments. oh, your girls are so well spoken. Our photographer in Marco Island, when she told me that was like the biggest compliment, because that is one of our hopes.
Yeah.
That's one of our hopes, is that our girls will not be like timid or shy, or just be able to speak up and carry a conversation with critical thinking, and not just be like yes, no, like kids that don't think for themselves or don't know how to carry on a conversation with intelligence. And so now that they're older, we don't hear it as much like we did before. We'll hear it in different ways, and we've probably flexed that muscle enough.
And I think, honestly, since we've started traveling the last couple of years, it's mostly affirmative. Like when we're at national parks and we're at a ranger lecture about sequoias, or
yes,
we're on the coast. I forget where we were going to see the tree of life. Was that in? Anyway.
That was Olympic.
So, yeah, I mean, like most of these people are like, you guys are doing it the right way. And you have to be careful, right? Like at the end of the day, our goal is to stay level. So not to go the high highs or the low lows, but just stay in the level, kind of mindset wise.
Same response.
Yes, thank you.
To the negative, thank you.
Yeah.
To the positive, thank you.
Yeah.
And you know your family, you know why you're doing what you're doing. You know if they're thriving at it, or your own, like, oh, this has been a really rough year. That's okay.
Or a rough season of the year, all the above.
Return to your why, and just know no one's affirmation, confirmation, or questioning you. It doesn't ruffle the feathers. It's just their opinion. They can voice their opinion, and then you're the one who does the work.
Yes, and as your child's parent, there's no one that desires for them to be successful
more than
and
you,
faithful in this world more than you. So regardless, and we said this in our last homeschool related video, that regardless of how you educate your child, number one, you're responsible, and you need to take that responsibility seriously. And just understand, regardless of what you choose, somebody is going to have an opinion, and you can feel very much misunderstood. So and it's easy to point out the strangers at a grocery store, but sometimes it's the people closest to you.
And we have not had that.
We have not had that a lot,
no.
But we have had some close friends that have asked specific questions. It's more about like, are you guys against
Are you
certain
against
things?
That? Are you against? No, we're
Are
not
you against the public school? Not at all, actually. We just don't feel like that's
homeschooling.
and we have that conversation every year. So anyway, man, it's amazing the tricks ultimately the devil can play in our own flesh and our own insecurity can play on us. But just know there's no one out there that cares more about your kids and their success in education more than you do. So it's your responsibility. Take it on. Do what you feel is best for your kids, and you'll never regret it. We're very grateful we've chosen the route that we have, and God's blessed us very much in that process. So. Yeah.
So I think that is like a encapsulation of be okay with being misunderstood.
Yes, absolutely.
And know that your people won't misunderstand you. The people that you do community with, the people that you actually do life with.
Yes, absolutely.
You're in it with them.
Yep. And it's also okay to take on when people ask you questions, if they're coming from a sincere heart, to let it sharpen you. So that could be a different conversation. But the point of, are you willing to be misunderstood? And those are some really important questions that you should strongly consider before you jump into homeschooling. It is a commitment. It is a very large commitment. It is not a commitment that you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed one day, frustrated at a teacher, and just be like, I'm done. We're homeschooling our kids. You need to know what you're committing to.
Yeah.
And I think these questions will help hopefully surface that commitment level so you can then make the decision. We've loved it. We've never regretted it.
We've loved most of it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of challenging days. But again, we don't need easy. We just need worth it, and it's 100% worth it.
And just know that whatever system you're in, there's going to be frustration.
Yeah.
So there will be frustration in a normal school setting. There's going to be frustration with your homeschool. It's just what you're deciding. You're going to live with a frustration, or you're hard. You're deciding you're hard.
Okay, so we were planning on this being like 30 minutes, and we're 44 minutes in. So let's get to the Q&A. So we'd send out an email. If you're not on an email list, go visit our website, ronanddebra.com, or we posted it in all the social places. So if you missed it, I'm sorry, but we'll do future Q&As and things like that as well. So we got some great questions. So let's just jump on them. Some easy, some a little bit more challenging. So the first one, which is funny because this is actually one of the top questions we get asked about traveling in general, is what do you eat while you're traveling? I think people think because we stay at campgrounds or different places that we eat hot dogs all the time.
Of course.
But so what do we eat while we're traveling?
We eat all the same food that we eat when we're at home.
Yes.
We have rice bowls, Asian-inspired, Mexican-inspired. We do grill out a lot just because it's nice to keep the heat out of the coach.
Especially in the summer.
Yes. Yeah. But really exciting, the Airstream actually has an oven, like a real oven. That was a big selling point for me.
Yes.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Just normal things.
Yeah.
Just any pasta dishes, mashed potatoes, soup, bread, muffins, eggs, anything you
all the
need at
normal
home.
things.
Yes.
All the normal things. Doesn't really shake it up too much for us. Okay. No. What's the favorite place you've been to and why?
I'll let you start.
Oh man, it's hard. I have like a 1A and a 1. It's not really even 1B. It's like 1A, 1A. So
AA.
I'll just go with. I'll just tell you both of them. So I would say number one is the Tetons, Teton National Park. Absolutely amazing. Stay in it. We stayed at Coulter Bay, and it was absolutely incredible. I mean, we literally had a black bear, go like 4 or 5 feet right beside our
and this is even
coach.
after we lost power for a night.
It was.
I blitzed our power
Yeah,
real
you
good.
can go check out our Tetons video. But hiking with the girls, being up in the canyon, it was amazing. So that's number one, and number 1B would definitely be Olympic National Park up in Washington. If you haven't been there, I don't know why more people don't talk about it, because it's hard to get to.
Yes.
It is hard to get to, but my goodness, it is the most diverse national park. You have everything from rainforests to the mountain elevation to the ocean. And one of our girls, I think, favorite of all the travels, all the places, all the hikes we've done was a hike that literally took us on the black, pebbly, sandy beach of Olympic National Park, Rialto Beach, out to Hole in the Wall. We have never seen so many starfish. It was incredible. It was just absolutely incredible. You have to watch the tide charts there. If you do go out and you go to Rialto Beach and you're planning on doing it, you do not want to get trapped out there.
No.
So you do have to watch the tide charts to make sure you go at the right time to get out there, so you don't get trapped out there. But absolutely, yeah, I mean, it was an amazing experience. So if you haven't seen our Olympic video, you can go check that out too and see some of the sites. There was one part of the video where it's like this starfish crawling, like just looked like it was like crawling up out of the ocean on this boulder. It was so cool. So what about you?
Mine would still probably hold at the Redwoods, but I would say the coast of Maine is real close. It's just both the Redwoods and Maine have coastal property, and the Redwoods are just awesome. And then they both kind of feel like small town. Like they had small town
components to them.
Yes, and that just felt comforting, and like you already kind of knew it. It felt homey already.
Yes. So in Maine, it was Bar Harbor. Was kind of the little community. It was a lot of fun.
And then like Trinidad.
Yeah, and Trinidad out in
the Redwood area
in California.
So
beautiful.
And with Redwoods, you're hiking, and then you're in Fern Canyon, and then you're at the beach, and you just can't even see out. Like the fog that rolls in is just, and that's angry waves, and you're like, oh, this is not like any waves I have ever seen before. So super diverse. It was beautiful. It was
a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did have a couple more questions. One from Amy. Saw that Amy was on here. Hey, Amy. See if I can get this to show up. Awesome. Thanks for joining us here on Facebook. So Amy's question is, how do you navigate the older years? Great question. High school, and specifically making sure they have all of the right classes. And what helps do you use for classes that you struggle to teach, like algebra, trigonometry, chemistry? We've talked a little bit about that, but
hard classes, I get tutors.
Yes.
I have not taught any algebra. I've not taught any chemistry. I'm going to take on some geometry this year. See how that goes. So tutoring is a big part for us, and we do have people that we know that are teachers.
Yeah,
tutors.
excellent tutors.
So that's how we have navigated that. Also for like what we graduated Olivia last year, 2 years ago. Oh. And part of getting her transcript put together was one part knowing where she wanted to go. So what did they need from her? And the other part was seeing what did our local school, what were their requirements for graduating kids? And so I just looked up the local school website, graduation requirements, which they already have on, Iowa requirements. And it's pretty vague. It's like 3 maths, 4 Englishes. And then you just make your transcript be that. So I think Audrey needs 1 more science this year. So I'm like, okay, we have to stick another science in. And then there's tons of things for science. One year we did astronomy because we were out at the Utah 5. That was our Western trip. And I was like, oh, we're doing astronomy this year. So that's how I figured that out. And I don't know if you have any other homeschooling friends that have also done this, but feel free if you just want to message me later on and we can talk. And high school is one of those things that everyone is afraid of. And after I did it all the way through, I was like, this is not bad. This is pretty easy.
Yeah, and it's really, you got to be thinking transcript.
Yes.
And we had 2 friends in particular that really walked us through, who had already had students go
multiples
through.
And just demystified all of it. And
exactly.
You're like, oh, okay, we can do this.
Yes.
So don't let it be the scary monster where you're like, oh, we can never do high school. Everyone does elementary and then they're like, but you'll put them in for high school, right? And I'm like, that's the funnest part to me because they're teaching themselves. They're mostly like self-guided. The transcript is actually easy to
if you've
put
done
together.
the work when they were younger,
okay,
that's
fair. That's
because I think they were raised to really take ownership of their education. Obviously, we provided accountability and instruction and so forth, but like they really are. They self-manage to a level. I mean,
yes.
Olivia would get up at a certain time. She wanted to be done with school.
She wanted to be done by noon.
By a certain time.
Done.
So she was up into her schoolwork and done. And that was when she was getting tutored. She was taking college class, like all of those things. So and so I think number 1, transcript, and it's not as scary as it sounds when you really dive into it. And secondly, for those classes that you don't feel comfortable teaching, there's endless resource. I mean, even NCC, like we talked about, like you don't want to do algebra or some of those classes.
You can enroll them online.
Yeah, you can enroll them online and do that.
There are also academic co-ops, and I'm sure Michigan has that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, again, if you want to talk more on that, I'd be more than happy to. So.
Yes, awesome. Thank you, Amy, for that question. Hello to you, by the way, old college buddy. So that's awesome. All right, next question, Allison. I think we know her.
Hi, Allison.
Our state doesn't require any standardized testing. What are your thoughts on choosing to test anyway? We have been homeschooling for 6 years. Go, Allison.
Oh, really?
I have heard. I know, that's crazy, huh?
That is wow. You're in it.
I have heard that our district is hard to work with for getting access to their testing materials, so I would look for some of the online options.
Absolutely. If you really want to test them, I would recommend Stafford, and I forget the numbers that it's online. It's a Stafford test. It's made for homeschoolers.
Yeah, reach out to us. We'll be happy to send you whatever that link is.
It's easy. You just sign them in. We did it all online, and they had it like set up like I had different computers or different times or So I have done that once. If it's valuable to you, then you should do it.
Yes.
If it's not valuable to you and your state doesn't require it, it's just up to you. But if you want to test your kids, you can test your kids.
Oh, yeah, somebody is willing to sell you a standardized test.
I
can guarantee you that. Having worked for multiple curriculum companies, they are out there. So I think it's just what are you looking to gain?
That's right.
So this could be a much larger conversation, but ultimately, what are you looking to gain from it, and make sure that the test that you choose is actually going to not just give your child a test to take, but actually give you the results that you're looking for. So,
and it's like, I will tell you, it's like a two-day ordeal. So that's what you're doing for 2 days.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to level with you. We're to the end. And if you missed the beginning, you're like, what in the world
You're
are you
like,
talking
what's he
about?
talking
You
about?
could win this awesome, one of our favorite camping.
RV tools.
Yes, camping RV tools is this guy right here, the Franklin Sensors, like gamified level. If you've ever slept on a bed that was not level, this is it, especially in
You'll
an
want
RV.
this.
Even if you're not into RVing, it doesn't matter. This is just like
I used it today to
toy.
hang my daughter's shelf.
There you go.
It was so easy, like, oh, up a little bit, green, right there.
So if you have not entered, if you're watching this afterwards, ronanddebra.com/giveaway. We will choose the winner by 10 a.m. on Saturday, this coming Saturday. The Saturday
Central
following when this video goes is out there, which is already out there because we're live. First timers here. Okay. So that's the giveaway. Also, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, be sure to do that. Like I said, we've got the rest of our Heading West series that will be dropping. The next one, like we said, was Las Vegas and Hoover Dam. And man, that was a hot trip. But wow, was it incredible.
And we went in October. I had a friend that went 2 weeks ago.
And it was 90 something. It was
It
in the lower
was.
90s in October.
I can't imagine what it was in July.
Yeah, so if you
Hot.
are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, that's where we post those videos to, ronanddebra.com/YouTube. Go check it out. And again, lastly, just a massive thank you to our sponsor, Northwest Iowa Community College. Like I said, they're the sponsor of our adventure videos as well as this homeschool series that we're producing. But even more importantly than that, they've been an invaluable partner in our homeschool. So we've had multiple questions regarding teaching higher level courses. And I'll tell you, having your child be able to take one course and get the high school credit for it for their transcript, as well as transferring that credit into college, it's been amazing. And I honestly, I was kind of surprised. I knew the college that Olivia wanted to go to, and they do not accept
They're
credits.
a little persnickety.
Yes, do not accept credits from a lot of colleges, and they accepted the credits that she took. So very grateful for NCC. And here's our testimonial. We shared Olivia's from the student perspective, but here's our testimonial on just how grateful we are for NCC. And if you do want to learn more about NCC, again, ronanddebra.com/NCC. Anything you want to add?
To this or to NCC?
Any of it.
Oh, hey, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
And thank you for your questions. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for your support. Yeah, we appreciate you guys, and we're always excited to jump on and engage with you.
Yes. So, NCC, go check it out. Let me hit it again. There we go.
Hi there, we're Ron and Debra Gibson. As a homeschooling family of 5, we're always looking for the best opportunities for our kids. That's why we are so excited to share how Northwest Iowa Community College has been a huge blessing for us.
Our daughter Olivia is dual enrolled at NCC, which means she's taking one course and getting both high school and college credit. It's been amazing. Homeschooling is all about flexibility and a personalized approach, and NCC truly provides that. Olivia takes online college courses, fits them seamlessly into her routine, and still has plenty of time to pursue her interests.
NCC really gets homeschoolers. They offer over 50 programs, everything from healthcare to business, technology, and even the trades. With flexible options like online classes and part-time schedules, Olivia can learn at her own pace while earning college credits.
The best part? It's affordable. Homeschooling can stretch a budget, but NCC offers affordable options, making higher education accessible. Olivia's instructors and the NCC student community have been so supportive.
Ranked the #1 online community college in the nation and #2 for career outcomes, NCC isn't just a good option, it's a proven one. Olivia is getting an education that's setting her up for success, and as parents, we couldn't be happier.
Ready to start your success story? If you're a homeschooling family looking for the next step, we highly recommend NCC. Request more information today to learn how they can help your family just like they helped ours.
Thanks for letting us share our story, and a big thank you to NCC for being such an incredible partner. And